Hey guys, welcome back to another DIY video by Audi C7 Owners. Today we're going to be installing the Eurocode inserts for your drivetrain mounts. We're going to be showing you how to install the transmission insert, the top differential inserts, and the bottom differential insert, which is a two-piece insert. This is supposed to eliminate harsh shifting, make your car feel a little bit more planted and solid on the ground, especially through curves and turns. It'll eliminate that really harsh shift between first and second gear from what we've read on the forums, and we're really excited to get these on the car. So let's go over some of the tools you're going to need. You're going to need an M10 triple square, an M12 triple square, or a 16mm socket, an 18mm socket. You're going to need your wrench, torque wrench, and obviously you need your inserts. The top differential inserts are one for each side, and the bottom differential insert is a two-piece insert that goes onto the mount. You need silicone spray to help lubricate the inserts to put them into the mounts. And then besides those tools, you're going to be needing to lift your car up. If you have stock suspension or the sport suspension, you can actually just use ramps. If you have a good sturdy set of reputable ramps that you can trust, you can access all the mounts. And granted, it'll be a little bit tight, but you can access all of them with just the ramps. But you can also lift the front of the car as well as the rear car and make it a little bit easier on yourself. No matter what, you will need a jack of some sorts in order to raise the differential slightly. You need to do this so that you can take the pressure off the bolts holding the two top differential mounts, and you're going to also have to lift up the differential in order to create space to put in the top bottom differential insert into place. If you have a low profile jack like I do in a car with stock suspension or sport suspension, make sure you have some 2x4s that you can rest it on top of so that you can have the jack be able to reach the differential. I started off my insert at the transmission mount. All you have to do is remove the two M10 triple square bolts that you can see there. They hold up the protective plating that you see there as well. Once you've removed these bolts, put them somewhere safe because you're going to be reusing them to secure the insert into the mount. You will not be reusing that metal plate though, so you can put that in your spare parts bin or wherever you keep anything you take off your car, or if you never plan on getting rid of the car, throw it away, whatever you want to do with it. That's what your transmission mount looks like. Before installing the insert, you need to lubricate it with your silicone spray. This will ensure that you can properly and fully seat the insert into the mount. After you lubricate the insert, you just need to line it correctly with the mount. Press up on it fully. Make sure it seats as flat as possible against the mount before you install your bolts. It should hold itself even with the lubricant on there. Once you have your insert fully seated against the mount, take your bolts that you removed and thread them in. Remember, you're not reinstalling the plate that removed, just the bolts. They sit nice and flush into the insert, and then once you're done, you're supposed to torque them down to 15 foot-pounds, but I didn't have a torque wrench that could do that, so I just gave them a good snug turn and didn't over-tighten them at all. Here's your finished product once you're done installing the insert into your transmission mount. I apologize for the slightly out of focus video here, but I was doing it by myself and forgot to make sure that I focused on the jack. But here we're slightly raising the differential. Use a 2x4 or some other block of wood to protect your differential from the metal jack plate. You want to raise it just slightly so you can take enough pressure off of the bolts that are securing your mounts to the vehicle. That's the right side top differential mount, and that's the left side top differential mount. As you can see, the sway bar and exhaust does kind of get in the way, but if you're not holding a camera like I am, it's not too bad to get in there and work on them. Using an 18mm socket, you want to loosen and remove your top differential bolts. You may find that you have to raise or lower your jack a little bit to get the right amount of pressure off of the bolt in order to move it by hand. And just like the transmission insert, you need to properly lubricate your top differential inserts. This will help you ensure that the insert is seated completely and flush against the top differential mounts. This is a lot easier to do with two hands. Once again, I'm filming, but all you have to do is properly align the insert into the mount and then press it all the way in and ensure that it's seated completely flush against the mount. After you've completely seated your insert into the top differential mount, take the bolt you removed and thread it back in by hand. Get it nice and snug, tighten it down, and then you're going to torque it to 40.6 foot-pounds per Eurocode Tuning's instructions. After you've torqued your bolt down, you can lower your jack and lower the differential back down. The installation process for both of the top differential inserts is the exact same. Next, we're going to move on to the last mount, and that's your bottom differential mount. First thing you need to do is remove the bolt holding the mount to the differential, and this is done by using either an M12 triple square, which I'm using, or a 16mm socket. It's important to note that you do not have to have the differential raised yet. I know it looks like I do, but you'll see here in a second it's not actually putting any pressure on the differential quite yet. I just had it put into place. So once you remove the bolt, you do want to lift the differential up a little bit, and here you can see I've repositioned the block more forward on the differential. That's because you need to lift that front end of the differential up in order to get the top insert into place. And here we are lubricating the top insert for the bottom differential mount. That'll go in first before you install the bottom insert. Installing the top insert of the bottom differential mount is easier to do without gloves on because you can feel exactly where it needs to go. But once you do find it, just press it down, and what's not pictured here in the video is once you're done getting the top insert put into place, you need to lower your jack to allow your differential to sit back down on top of the top insert. Once you're done with that, you can lubricate the bottom insert and then get back underneath the vehicle and put it into place. You can go ahead and thread the bolt that you originally removed back through the insert, push it into place, and you'll find that there's a couple tabs there that help align the bottom insert and get it exactly where it needs to be. Thread the bolt as far as you can by hand and then tighten it down, and once again, per Eurocode Tuning's instructions, torque it to 40.6 foot-pounds. Once you're done torquing down the bolt for the bottom differential mount insert, you can lower the vehicle and clean up all your tools. You're done with the install. So I've been driving with the inserts installed on my car for about 4 days now, and my impression so far is that I am really happy I did this. This is the best bang for the buck in terms of mods I've done so far, and I think overall, as far as mods out there available for C7, this is something that every C7 owner should do. I got all 3 mounts shipped to my door for $165 directly through Eurocode. They got to my house in about 2 days after ordering. It's a super easy install. Anybody who has a basic concept of how to turn a wrench and can get underneath their car can do this. Once you get underneath there and locate the areas you're going to be working in, it's self-explanatory. If you're not filming it like I am and you've got two hands, this should take you probably about an hour, maybe an hour and 15 minutes from start to finish. The way the car handles now is completely different. It is a night and day difference. The shifts are completely smooth now. Even when I'm running through the gears, they are smooth. There's more power delivery to the wheels faster. There's not that kind of transmission delay from pressing the gas, feeling the transmission move through the car to the differential, and putting power down. It's just there. That notorious clunky shift between first and second gear is almost completely gone. I've taken it through hard curves, fast turns, fast curves. I've played around through the gears, just giving it gas, letting off real fast, just kind of putting the car through some abuse, and it really is just performing 10 times better than it did without the inserts. You can really tell that filling the void in those transmission and drivetrain mounts makes a massive difference on these. So anyways, if you have any questions about the DIY video or about the inserts, drop them in a comment below, let us know what you think, and stay tuned for more videos from Audi C7 owners.